All right, so today is April the 28th. All right, our warm-up says, can I go here, please, guys? Find the, or f of x equals 2x minus 3 squared all over 5x minus 4 to the 4th. Find the equation of the tangent at x equals 1. Okay, I'm going to even go to the next page to start this one because I know it's going to be a mess. All right, so can I get somebody to be brave and to give me the numerator, please? What's the numerator going to be for this? Let's go.
Okay, so it's going to be 4 and then bracket 2x minus 3.
Yes, I'm going to do it in 2 steps, so, but yes, you're exactly right.
Yeah,
you can skip that and go to 4. That's okay. That's all fine to do that. Just I want to show people because they're going to say, where did the 4 come from? And then I would have had to explain it.
And then 5x minus 4 to 4. And then minus, alright, then okay, hang on.
Okay, go ahead, so minus.
Minus 4 bracket 5x minus 4 to the 3 times 5, and then bracket 2x minus 3 squared.
Right, and your denominator is?
5x minus 4 to the 8.
Okay.
Does it matter what order you subtract it?
Yes, it certainly does. It certainly does. It has to be f. Just wait, guys. Can I talk, please? Yeah. It has to be f prime of x times g of x. That has to be minus g prime of x f of x. Okay. It does make a difference. Otherwise, your numbers are all going to be minus, right? So you have to take the derivative of the first one first. All right, let's take a look at what's common for the numerator here. Okay, another volunteer other than Chris to tell me what number is common between them all. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. So this second 2 came from the derivative of the bracket. Because remember there's a chain rule there. So that because this is really the power 1 now, right? That you know what I mean. The square comes down for the first 2, and then the bracket 2x minus 3.
When I did it yesterday, I thought that you did the derivative of the second, or the on the other side of that.
One more time.
Like the 2 there, I thought I had to do the derivative of that one.
No, you do the derivative of the bracket, right? So the 2 comes down here, then you do the derivative of the bracket, which is just 2. Okay. All right, so what's common here? What numbers do we have that are common? Alistair, go.
4
Yeah.
minus 3.
Now, I just want to make sure that everyone feels good about that before I move on here. Okay, so Luke, where the 4 came from, I have 2 times 2, which that's 4. And I have a 4 there, that comes out. I have 2x minus 3 here, and I have 2 there, so I'm just going to take out 1 of them. And I have 4 here of those, and I have 3 of them there, so I'm just going to take 3 of them out. Okay, does everyone sort of feel good with that? Yeah, no, go ahead.
So I took out 3 from each 5x minus 4. Okay, because it's on this side.
3 from each. Yeah, I don't know what. You mean like this, like cube?
I just can't set up with 8.
Yeah, I'm just going to show the steps, yeah. So you can, if you want to do it like that, you can do it like that too, okay? So the leftovers start on the left. I have a 5x minus 4, and I have minus 5 bracket 2x minus 3 all over 5x minus 4 to the 8. So Noah, do you want to say your question again right now? Because this is when I'm going to do it. So what did you do? Yeah. So I showed it here, but what Noah did right away, he just said, well, there's a 3 and there's an 8. Let's cross it right now, and from this that and make it 5, which is going to be. Is that right? Doing better?
No.
Add that. So this is equal to 4 bracket 2x minus 3, and that turns into 5x minus 4 minus 10x plus 15 all over 5x minus 4 to the 5. So I'm going to say f prime of x is equal to 4, 2x minus 3, that's negative 5x plus 11. All over Okay, now I heard someone at the back say, oh man, this one's so easy. Okay, if you guys can handle this, feel good about yourselves, because this question is not trivial, okay? I'm glad you guys can do this. I'm glad you've awesome algebra skills. Okay, feeling good about that. This one here, though, it takes a little bit of focus to do. Are there any questions before I move on here? Yeah, Chris, go ahead.
To tangent.
Yeah, that's moving on, that's moving on.
Okay.
Questions before I move on. Brendan, go ahead.
I thought you said yesterday that you couldn't like cancel the denominator and the numerator. Is that only?
Yes, once it's factored, you can, okay? So the thing is,
at the start, but they're not on both.
right on. So yeah, I factored them out here because, you know what I mean, because it's factored. You know what I mean, they're grouped for both parts of them, so it's okay, it has to be them for both. Okay? Now, Nathan, I'm gonna pick on you since you weren't here yesterday. Did any of this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, he's lying to me, but that's okay. This is hard on the first time through. Chris?
Okay, can I start?
Yes. Now, hold on. Let's just talk what we need for a tangent here. So we need, go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so basically the equation for slope is y equals mx plus b.
Yeah.
And thus, since we have the original equation and the derivative, we're going to sub in x equals, is that 1?
Yeah.
To find the value of m.
Okay. So m is going to be f prime of 1. That's what we just said in, I said it in 3 words, you said it in a whole bunch. But m is in fact going to be f prime of 1. Okay, f prime of 1. What did anyone get for that? I got -1 times 4 is -4 times 6 is -24. Is that right? And the denominator is just 1, so it's going to be -24 to your m. Hopefully everyone feels sort of good about that, mostly. Okay, so x is going to be 1. And this is what gets some people. How do I get my y value? Chris, someone other than you, I'm sorry, I know you got this. Okay, someone else, how do I get my y value? Go ahead. Yeah, it is good. Yes, it is. But how do we find it, though? We need a value for it, though. Something into what? You know, the first equation, right? So y is just going to be f of 1. So you guys are right what you're saying, but I need you to actually say it for me. Okay, right? So you're just going to sub that back in the first equation. So notice I made this up sort of nice. 2 minus 3 is -1 squared, which is just 1. 5 minus 4 is 1, so this actually equals 1. Okay, so y equals 1. Okay, so then I'm going to do y equals mx plus b. 1 equals -24 times 1 plus b. What is that, 25? So y equals -24x plus 25. And again, slope equals rate of change equals all those sort of things. Now, with that knowledge, you still want me to do number 8 from the homework? That's a yes? Okay, I'll still do number 8. Trying to reset, or most people got that finished up. Brendan, we're scribbling.
Because I wasn't here when you were talking about it. What does f prime find, and what does f prime find?
Okay, f double prime is the rate of change of slope.
Okay, and then what is
F prime is just your slope. The rate of change is the original equation, or the slope. They mean the same thing. But f double prime is the rate of change of slope. Or if you look at it this way, like position is f of x, velocity is f prime of x, and acceleration is f double prime. Okay, that's the best way to think of it. Okay, and I wasn't here when we explained that too, so it looks it. This is page 125, number 8. Okay, they want to know that if you have y equals x squared all over x plus 2. Okay, this is a good question. I like it. All right. When is the slope of the tangent -3? Because somebody other Chris is gone, so we can ask the question now. What does that actually mean? Sorry, that's bad to say. The great guy did the same thing. He raised his hand every question. That's why Spider-Man came out. I love Chris. I love his enthusiasm. but I need everyone else to get a chance at these two here. So it says, when is the slope of the tangent -3? What does that mean?
When is that prime of that?
Yeah, we're looking for, in this case, we're looking for f prime of x. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Okay.
So if we just find the derivative and then sub -3 and for the y then?
Yeah, and then solve it then.
And
Okay.
then solve first.
My first step here is I'm going to set y equals f of x, just to make my equation a little bit nicer. Okay. And can somebody be brave and give me a derivative for this one here, please? What's the derivative of x squared? We'll start with that. I'll get Spider-Man in here. So go ahead. 2x. Good. So the left-hand side is going to go 2x bracket x plus 2. Mr. Lacey, how are you?
Good.
Look at you in the calculus class. You know Mr. Lacey used to actually teach calculus
Yeah.
for years and years and years. I don't know if you knew that, but it's actually true. Okay, and let's keep going from here. What's the derivative of x plus 2? 1, not 0. Because remember the x changes, you know, or no, either. So if you open up the box, it's the, you know what I mean, the microphone's getting power, but
Yeah, but the box itself is
yeah.
just.
All right, so let's keep going here. Can I get somebody to be brave and simplify the numerator for me, please? What does the numerator change into? Okay, go ahead, Brendan.
2x squared plus 4x.
All the rest was c squared, very good. So I'm going to say f prime of x equals x squared plus 4x all over x plus 2 squared. Now, I know what you're thinking to yourself. You're saying, I am terrified. Okay, you guys are calculus students, you can solve this. Austin, you look, you follow real good. Austin, I'm picking on you because I love your hair this morning, if you don't mind me saying so. What do we do now? How do we solve this? What do we do? You guys to the back, please.
Like -3 and 3x.
No, not for the x, for the f, the left-hand side. So it's going to be 3 equals. Thank you. Okay, now this is looking good. Now I know you're terrified, but I also know, oh, Mr. Lacey, you're wonderful.
Oh, man.
I kicked it yesterday twice. Is that all it was? I unplugged them and I plugged them back in.
Yeah.
Mr. Lacey, I would say that I'm totally embarrassed for my class, but I'm not at all. Okay, thank you for. I'm glad you could come on, Mr. Lacey.
Yeah.
Did you want to do a few examples before you go, or?
Yes. So, just glad I could help you with your problem solving.
Who does that? Who digs that? That's good.
Never do those.
Okay, so you guys did this. You guys all took grade 11 and advanced functions here. Okay, so this is a good. How do we solve this one? What do we do?
Rearrange and solve.
Rearrange them. First of all, I'm going to say x cannot equal -2. That's the first thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to call it -3 x plus 2 squared. Okay, guys, to the back, please. Okay. Now I'm just going to do my algebra at 100 miles an hour, if that's okay. So it's going to be -3x squared, -12x, -12 equals x squared plus 4x. I call that 0 equals 4x squared plus 16x plus 12. This works out beautifully. That worked out magically. Unless I made a mistake somehow, which is always possible. That looks to me like that worked out beautifully.
I'm going with
QRF. Yeah, it's possible. So for those guys in the back, forgot quadratic formula since grade 9, okay, you gotta remember quadratic formula is possible. You could need them again. Yeah.
You also need to find the y coordinates for those values.
I don't think so. What did it just say? Find? Did it say the points, or did it say? I can't remember.
It's points when x
Well, determine the point, so yes, you would then. So you'd also need to find then f of -1 and y is equal to f of -3, which I can't do in my head. I'm just going to leave that if that's okay for you guys. It's not there? Yeah. All right, so I want to do this big giant derivative, then I want to get to my lesson. Ready for big
So
giant
if you
derivative?
do y equal, like, if you have two y's, what's that?
Two solutions, so it's all right. Okay, so first of all, Chris, I want to apologize. I said bad things about you behind your back. I said you volunteered all the time, and I'm giving everyone else a chance since you weren't here.
Oh, okay. No, that's
Sorry.
okay.
No, I didn't. I didn't say the chair. I didn't touch the chair. Here we go. 13. Here we go. 13D. All right. This question is a calculus level question. Okay, there's actually two ways to do this question. I don't know which way is easier.
Is this like
Yeah.
instantaneous rate of change?
Yeah, you have to basically find v prime of t. That's the part t says for this question. You could FOIL the numerator first. I don't know if that's going to save anything. Or you can just do it like this with three things. Do you want to do three things together? We'll do three things together like this. Okay. And this to the 1/2, sorry, as well, too. Okay, here we go. So am I doing this then? Yes, I'm doing this? Okay. I'm just going to do the denominator. I'm going to do this to make it easier. F of x is equal to the numerator. And just do some side work here to make the answer a little bit nicer. Okay, so what I just did here is I'm just finding the derivative of the numerator. The idea behind this is that it's going to be a mess, so I try and do it all up on one line, so I'm just going to make it a little bit nicer here. So I'm going to FOIL that out. That turns to be 0.2t plus 0.2t squared plus 2500 plus 0.2t. So f prime of x is equal to 0.2t squared plus 0.4t plus 2500. Now I'm not cheating by doing this. It's just going to save me a little bit of leg work. Okay, so I just found the derivative of the numerator. That's what that is. Yeah. Probably is, isn't it? Is this 0. Yeah, sorry, don't mind me. What part are we doing here? 0. Oh yeah, this is just 0.2, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, it is. This makes my whole question a lot easier to deal with. Thank you. That's going to make everything nicer. Thank you. That's going to make everything so much smaller, so it's nice. Thank you. Okay. So as I was trying to say before I did the question wrong, was it's okay to do that on the side. And I'd recommend if you get one like this on your test, just to do the derivative of the numerator on the side to make your life easier. Okay, so let's go through this if I can right now. V prime of t is equal to the derivative of the numerator, which we've already done, times the denominator. I'm going to have to go to the next board, so I'll get over a second just to go that much further down. Yeah.
Did you factor and find the derivative of the two terms, or get find the derivative of the numerator?
You have to do the derivative of the numerator, right? So that's what yeah. Because if you think of the overall thing, it's the derivative of the numerator, right, times CI, I feel like that. Is everyone done with the left-hand board? Anyone not? Failure, everything okay? Nothing. Hey, do you know I saw your mother the other night? Did she tell you? Okay, I'll tell you once the video's off. Okay, minus the original equation, which is a mess. 2500 plus 0.2 t times 1 plus t times 1/2 0.5 t plus 2 to the negative 1/2 times 0.5 all over wow. Okay, you were right. This is a messy question. Okay. Okay, let's go through anything that's common. Is there anything that's common? Well, there's not a lot. That's the only thing I can see that's common. Okay. The only thing that I can see that's common is 0.5 t plus 2 to the negative 1/2. Okay, now Nathan, you weren't here, so I'm going to pick on you here for a sec. We're always going to take out the negative power because that's a fraction. Yeah, go ahead.
We can take out a quarter as well to get rid of the fractions on the right side.
Oh, good idea. We might do that, and that'll make this a little bigger. And then maybe we'll do, okay. So we'll go equals 1/4 0.5 t to the negative plus 2 to the negative 1/2. Okay. Calculator time. 0.4 divided by a quarter, I think, is 1.6. Right? 2,500 times 4 is 10,000.8. You said it. And then that's going to be times 0.5 t plus 2 minus 2,500 plus 0.2 t. I think that's all that it turns into. Somebody want to confirm that for me? Sorry. Does that look good to anybody else? So what I did was I took out the 1/4. Guys, the back, please stay with me. I took out the 1/4 because Derek mentioned here 1/2 times 0.5. That's going to get rid of all those fractions over there, which is good. I took out the negative 1/2 power. Okay, so that's going to cross that out. It's going to make this positive 1/2 turn into the power 1. Derek, did I make a mistake? Yeah, there's a 1 plus t there, isn't it? Thank you. Probably. Right, there's a 1 plus t. Okay, so this is going to be a mess, as I said. What's the whole purpose? Someone other than Derek. Oh, sorry, Brian, go ahead.
I just don't understand where the 1.6 t and the 1,000.
Yeah, so what I did, okay, good question. So what I did was I had, when you factor out, it's like dividing by, right? That's what factoring is. So I'm going to divide this right here by 1/4, which is like times it by 4. Well, you would though, but the thing is, here, 1/2 and 0.5, this entire term is already divided by 1/4. So that cancels out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the right-hand term cancels out by 1/4, the left-hand term doesn't. Okay, this is probably something under assignment. This would be too much for a test, probably. Okay, because it's going to take too much. Okay, right? But for the assignment, you should be able to do something like that. All right, now it's FOIL time. Oh my goodness gracious. Now, just back to this, why we actually did this in the first place. All of this fraction stuff's going to the denominator, right? So this is going to the denominator, and that's going to the denominator, which is good. So we'll be left with 0.8 t. Oh boy, plus 0.8 t squared plus 3.2 t. Oh boy, plus 50,000 5008 T, oh boy, plus 20001.6 minus 2500 minus 2500 T minus 0.2 T minus 0.2 T squared all over 4 bracket let's just finish this one up so we can move on with the lesson. That turns to 0.6 T squared. We got a calculator. 5004. Let me struggle here. 5004, 2504, 2503. Plus 17501.6. Now, as far as what you get on your test, all those decimals I wouldn't give you. Did I make a mistake here, Lee? You're right. Thank you. But on your test, you're not going to, if I were to give you a question of this difficulty, it wouldn't be, I wouldn't have decimals and big numbers. It'd be this. It'd be like x plus 1, x plus 2 divided by the square root of x plus 3. You know what I mean? So the numbers are small and manageable because this is just difficult for the sake of being difficult. Okay, Tanner's not looking frustrated. Sorry, Tanner, but yeah. Yeah, no problem. So this is the part I wanted to get to this question. This is why I signed it. The 1/4 is like 4, like 1 in the numerator, 4 in the denominator, right? So the 4 just comes out of the denominator. Then this is a negative 1/2, means it's like positive 1/2 in the denominator, right? So that instead of this like to the power 1, so 1 plus 1/2 is going to go to 3/2. Yeah.
Other than moving that down, I'll get this factor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all you do with a common factor. I'm going to hit pause in the video. Yeah, then we fill out everything in here and hopefully, yeah. So on your test, there will be no big, huge numbers like 50,000. Okay, on there will be numbers that are starting at equal. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause the video, then we're going to get on to some word problems. And then we're done this unit. Where's Peter Lewis?